Mubadala leads a $400 million round for WeFox, and Nomura expects interest rate cuts in 2023. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Berlin-based insurtech firm WeFox has raised $400 million in equity and debt in its Series D fundraising round led by Abu Dhabi's Mubadala investment company. The round takes WeFox's valuation to $4.5 billion from $3 billion in 12 months. The new fund will be used for product development as well as to expand across Europe, Asia, and the U.S. Asian markets closed sharply lower today, led by the Hang Seng, which sank 1.32%. The Shanghai Composite shed 0.97%, while the Shenzhen Composite on China's second exchange fell 1.45%. The losses were fueled by worries about a possible recession, while investors also keep a nervous watch on a fresh COVID outbreak in China. Nomura expects major developed market central banks to start cutting interest rates next year as inflation eases, with peak rates expected to be hit this year. The Japanese bank's economists expect the U.S. Federal Reserve rate hikes to peak at 3.5% to 3.75% in February next year, despite an expected recession starting in the fourth quarter. They then expect the Fed to pause until core inflation slows to between 2 and 2.5% annually, then cut rates by 25 basis points per meeting from September 2023. Singapore's Temasek Holdings anticipates slowing down its investments due to a deteriorating global economy after posting a 6% rise in its portfolio value to a record $403 billion in the year to March 2022. Temasek says their cautious stance comes as central banks struggle to curb surging inflation without derailing growth. World stock markets have shed more than $20 trillion since hitting record highs in January. Temasek is anchored in Asia with a 63% exposure to the region. French carmaker Renault reported a plunge in its vehicle sales in the first half of 2022 after shutting down activities in Russia, its second biggest market. Renault says its worldwide sales fell 29.7% from last year to just over 1 million vehicles. Renault shut down its activities in Russia amid the Ukraine conflict and said it would sell Renault Russia and a nearly 67.69% stake in Avtovaz, which is Russia's biggest carmaker. Pepsico has raised its full-year revenue forecast, helped by sustained demand for sodas and snacks, even in the face of rising prices. Packaged food makers have so far felt little impact of decades-high inflation on consumer demand. PepsiCo's net revenue rose 5.2% to $20.23 billion in the second quarter ended June 11th, beating analyst estimates of $19.51 billion. And it expects fiscal 2022 organic revenue to rise 10% compared to a previous forecast of an 8% rise. Let's take a look now at today's Forbes real-time billionaires ranking. It tracks the daily ups and downs of the world's richest people. Our biggest winner today is Adani Group's Gautam Adani, up $9.5 billion with net wealth of $114.4 billion. Our second biggest winner today is his counterpart, Reliance Industries' Mukesh Ambani, up $1 billion with net wealth of $88.4 billion. And our third place winner is L'Oreal's Francois Bettencourt-Meyers, up $1 billion with net wealth of $68.9 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. London's Heathrow has imposed a capacity cap of 100,000 daily departing passengers until September 11th. As one of Europe's busiest airports, Heathrow is trying to control demand during the busy summer travel season. Airports have been struggling to operate efficiently amid a lack of resources. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.